Okay, Deanna, on to you next.
Okay, so I believe that I'm disconnected from my authentic self, so therefore cannot connect authentically and powerfully with my audience.
Okay. Let's distill this down a little bit, but before we do that, just give me a little bit of context around this. So I'll give you, maybe this is not the right scenario for you, but if you are about to get on stage, or maybe you're putting yourself forward for an engagement, a speaking engagement, or a presentation of some description, what is it related to this that stops you in your tracks? That either putting yourself forward for it or getting on the stage to deliver it?
I resonate with what James was saying. I think I'm getting a lot of feedback from lots of different places, and it's really confused me. Yeah. So it's that disconnect for me. And that constant battle between what people are saying and what you take on and what you don't take on. Because I'm a big believer in feedback. It's really valuable.
Yes.
But you've also got to distill what's valuable to you and what resonates with you, from what James was saying as well. So I think I've just lost sense recently of my authenticity. And that's really confusing for me and making it really difficult for me to show up authentically, because if you're not authentic, it shows. So I'm sort of pulling back now, even though I was speaking and I do facilitate, but actually taking it to the next level, which is speaking is quite different from training, as we know. It's really, I'm struggling with that.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to take a deep breath and just feel into everything that you've just said to me, and even just the feedback that was given to others. And like, it's definitely rooted in authenticity and feeling like there's a desire to be authentic, but feeling you can't get there. So whether it's expert opinions, whether it's other things. So what is the belief that is stopping you from being authentic?
Well, it's funny because I was listening to everybody else and I changed what I was going to say, because originally my story is not powerful enough.
Okay.
So maybe that's connected as well. I don't know.
But you chose not to say that. So I'm going to go back to the authenticity one, because I could feel that one. The other one, I felt like, oh, that might be a safer one to work on. So let's go back to authenticity.
That's what I was thinking as well. So I put myself in it. All right. So what was the question?
So everything that was said that you have just shared with me, but looking at it from an authenticity standpoint. So what is stopping you? What is holding you back from being authentically you?
I've got just a sense of total loss, like I'm disconnected and I'm confused. So it's finding my way back to me, if that makes sense.
So that is what you're struggling with, or that's what you're trying to navigate through. It's not the belief itself.
Right.
So that tipping point, so when you're at the moment, so when you're about to go out and, put a proposal forward for a speaking engagement, what holds you back? Or you're about to get on stage and you want to be authentic, but maybe someone's in your ear and you're thinking, oh, but I was told to do this and I need to do that and I need to do these hand gestures and I need to move this way on the stage. What is it that holds you back in that moment? First thing that comes to mind.
I'm going to go with what Kelly was saying, because it really resonated when she was saying it as well. I think it's that vulnerability. It's like being in the arena, like Brene said, it's like, being bare butt naked. This is me, warts and all. Yeah, maybe, vulnerability.
Okay, so put that into an I believe statement. I believe if I'm vulnerable, maybe that's the beginning of it.
I believe that if I'm vulnerable, I believe if I'm vulnerable, I won't be able to deal with the potential attack from others, something like that.
Okay. So maybe shortening that, and I'm just going to play this back to you. Is it that I believe if I am vulnerable, I may be open to attack, or I will be open to attack? And it depends on how you feel into that.
Well, there's a certainty that I'm going to be attacked. We all are. That's the point. We're going to be out there and we are all going to be attacked. So I believe that if I'm vulnerable, I won't be able to handle being attacked.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Because you had the aha moment. I could see your eyes. So it's a little bit longer than some of the others we're working on, but I still feel that's right for you. So write that down, and you can refine it a little bit if you need to, but that feels like it's in the right place. And authenticity is like, authenticity, we've got to be vulnerable. We're really exposing ourselves. So it is definitely tied to authenticity as well. Thank you for working through that, Deanna, because
Thank you.
I'm sure for some people it feels like, oh my God, she's badgering me. Like,
That's good. Thank you.
we're getting there. Okay, Carolyn, we'll go to you next.
I believe I'm not charismatic enough to make people listen, care, and act yet.
Oh, I like the yet. Okay, okay. You see that's turning it into the more, enabling belief as well. Okay, so the three things that you said remind me of those that will care, act, and
I believe I'm not charismatic enough to make people listen, care, and act.
listen,
Environmental
care, and act.
campaigners often come across as being very preachy, and I've been accused of that.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Is there any one of those three that's more important than the other? Like if you had to choose one?
Act.
So let's act. Okay. Okay. Yes, because the activation. Yes. Okay. So can you repeat that only using act?
I believe I'm not charismatic enough to make people act.
Okay. There you have it. Yes. Because everything else, they have to listen in order to act. They have to care in order to act. So act is the ultimate outcome from that. Well done. Well done. Okay, write that down, just refine it. That is everybody, but I am going to go back to Laura. Laura, did you want to, I'm not sure if you did any changes, but if you just want to share your belief as well.
Yeah, I do. I did change it. I believe that when I share my actual truth, I'll unlock feelings that I won't be able to control.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, okay. I'm not going to change anything on that because I could feel the collective. I think that hit everybody when you said that. Yeah. Okay. And it just shows spending a little bit of time on these things, that it just shows that we get to a little bit deeper. So Laura has had the benefit of having a little bit more time and also hearing what other people are going through. So yeah, that's a really, really powerful one.
Thank you.
Okay. I want everybody just take a moment, collect your thoughts, and go, I'm going to get you in a moment to read through your limiting belief. But what I'm going to do now shortly, and I will just give you the heads up, we are going to be running a little bit late to get into our longer break. And it just shows you that it takes as long as it takes for everyone to get to the point where they need to work on their limiting belief. So it takes a little bit coaching. For some people, other people, they had it straight away. There's no right, there's no wrong, but this is why this session's a little bit more fluid than others. But I am going to look for a volunteer in a moment, and I'm going to do one-on-one coaching with that person to work through a limiting belief. So I'm not going to ask for a volunteer right this moment. I want you to think about it, and I want to just let you know what that means if you volunteer. So for the person who volunteers, I'm going to coach you through the process of reframing a limiting belief. Now, as part of Speakers Institute, you can, engage with a coach one-on-one, and this can be a 2.5-hour session to actually work through limiting beliefs. We're going to do it in 15-20 minutes. This is going to be laser coaching, really, really fast. We're going to fire through it. So for the person who's being coached, they also have to consider that you're giving permission to be vulnerable in front of everyone else. So everyone else, I'm going to ask them to be completely on mute. You're not observing the person who is being coached. You're not getting sucked into their story. You're actually observing me. And the reason for this is you're each then going to split into pairs and go into the breakout rooms, and you're going to coach each other. Now, some of you are already established coaches in here, but still park some of that to one side, because you'll naturally want to bring all of your tools to bear. But what I need you to do is observe me and scribble down some notes of how I'm asking the questions, how I'm getting the person that I'm coaching to work through this process. And I will unpack it afterwards so you actually understand what I have done in the process. But